live first because I need a thumbs up when we're on.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dana being Dana. And welcome to our biggest show, Go Big or Go Home, right? This is the Big 10 show, and we are featuring the Homecoming Challenge. Please stay tuned. You're going to learn what that is all about shortly. But first, I would like to introduce this amazing, beautiful, lovely panel that we have. I am your host, Dana being Dana Michelle, and I would like to introduce everybody. So we're going to start off with each person. They're going to tell you their name, their school, what they do, and their dorm. We'll start with you, Dan.
Thanks a lot, Dana.
Thank you for being here.
We got Dan Kunovich here, University of Minnesota. I'm a sales guy and lived at the University of Minnesota's Alpha Tau Omega fraternity all 4 years of my college career.
Awesome. Thank you. Alexis?
Hi, I'm Alexis Dunn. I'm a physician. I went to Northwestern University, and my first 2 years I lived at Bob McCulloch, which was the party dorm at Northwestern.
Clearly.
Super fun because I'm super fun. And that's it.
Champ?
Yes, hi, my name is Champ Davis. I'm from Indiana University. I am in global investment banking and corporate finance, and I spent my time at IU in the Sigma Chi fraternity.
Kelly?
I'm Kelly, aka Kells. I went to the university. And I'm a former attorney working in law school admissions, and it's so much fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My name is Kevin Connolly. I also was a University of Illinois graduate. I went on. I was really excited about it. College. I am an educator in Chicago. I teach biology at Kennedy High School, and in the summers I do construction. And I was at Allen Hall, which was the residence down there. So that was my dorm, and then I lived in like a house with a bunch of guys that should have been condemned.
Kevin was on my show when I did my Fatherhood Forum show, and I appreciate you being here, Kevin. It's Kevin's birthday. So happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Who else has got a mic? Bobby?
All right, I'm Bobby Goldwyn. I went to the Ohio State University. Go Bucks, that is the defending Big Ten champions in football. I lived in Laurel Tower my freshman year, 2 years fraternity house, 1 year on 17th, and I am a third grade teacher right now.
Awesome. We're going to start with the Ohio State with a little bit of Michigan.
My name is Damon Perry. I went to the University of Michigan. University of Michigan, the Big M. I am a attorney and a real estate developer and a hustler. But my dorm at University of Michigan was Mary Markley, third butler, represent. I remember that because I just checked my credit report and has the address on there.
Awesome. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Pura. Went to PSU.
All right.
Go State College.
What does PSU stand for?
Penn State University.
Penn State. All right.
All right. Hi out there. I am a project manager, and I've been in the workforce with General Electric, and I lived in McElwain. Go Central Dorms. All right.
Malika?
I'm Malika Tyson. I went to Purdue. I'm a patent attorney, and I did not stay in the dorms, but I believe the apartments I stayed in were Wabash on the Landing.
All right. Lisa?
Hi, I'm Lisa Davis, and I went to Indiana University. I am in crisis communications, and I lived in Disco Briscoe my freshman year. Disco.
Dewan?
My name is Dewan Lever. I went to Michigan State University. I'm a sales professional and also wear another hat too. I'm in dentistry as well, manager partner for my wife's office. I stayed in Brody Hall, Bailey Hall, my freshman dorm, and go green and go white.
All right. All right. Who's got a mic? Dana? Dana, being Dana.
Yes, my name is Dana Bruce. I'm an operations and facilities management consultant. I went to Rutgers University and lived on campus for graduate school.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Michelle?
Hey, I'm Michelle Sculler-Thurman. I am a proud graduate of the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. I was a finance major there, and I stayed in the women's dorm for a couple of years. I am an attorney, and I went to Northwestern Law, so I'm a proud alum of 2 Big Ten schools.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Gerald Lewis. I am the managing director in wealth management for BMO. Proud graduate of Northwestern University. Go Cats all day. I stayed there it is. I stayed in Foster Walker Complex, otherwise known as the Sexplex, but we won't talk about that right now. Yeah. Another conversation, maybe later in the program.
Megan?
Hi, my name is Megan Dunn Ginley, and I'm from the University of Iowa. I am private wealth associate for Merrill Lynch Private Banking, and I stayed in Burge, the party area for my freshman year, and then I went to apartment in Ralston Creek sophomore year, and then I went to Kappa Alpha Theta the next 2 years.
Nice. Awesome. Yvette?
Go Hawks.
Hello, I am Yvette Weems, and I went to the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I will be starting my new position as a regional investigator for Morgan Chase next month. And I'm from the far side, as they are, which is like the biggest party dorm, I thought.
It's not a sexplex.
Lynn Watkins Osiambi, a proud Badger. I was an engineering major there, lived at Liz Waters, and then went on to the Wildcats for business school and law school.
Awesome. Leslie?
My name is Leslie Davis. I'm related to the other Davises.
All right.
Okay.
Go, David.
I went to the University of Iowa. Go Hawks. I'm a lawyer, and I stayed in Burge, the party dorm.
Oh, yeah.
I also stayed in Slater, which is kind of the sexplex.
Oh!
And I was an RA at Hillcrest, so I did a full tour of duty in the dorms.
These are my friends. Thank you so much. Ebony?
My name is Ebony. I went to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. I am an attorney, and for the first 2 years, I stayed at Berkeley on North Campus.
All right. Alex? Adrian?
Adrian Autry, proud graduate of Northwestern University, organizational studies, human behavior, social policy, property development, real estate development. And I was in Bob McCulloch my first 2 years, and then we moved the party off campus to 910 Simpson, the Pleasers Palace.
I told you, I promised you all romance. You're welcome. Laura?
Hi, everybody. My name is Laura. I am a proud Hoosier. I went to IU. My freshman year, I lived in McNutt. I am.
Wow. All right.
Anywho, I am an attorney. I no longer practice, but I work in large law firm management, and I am happy to be here with all of you today.
Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. David.
Hi, I'm David Northern. I did my master at Indiana University. As far as the dorms, I'm a Q, so I spent a lot of time in a lot of dorms. But no, I'm the CEO of the Champaign County Housing Authority, and I also launched my own business, DA Northern Associates, that does a consulting and executive coaching.
Awesome. Well, this is an amazing panel, an amazing group. Before we get into some of the questions, I first want to acknowledge my co-founder of the Homecoming Challenge. He couldn't be here with us tonight. My boy, Chris, he's with the he's at Cooperstown Dreams Park, which is where the Baseball Hall of Fame is located. And right now he is with the first all-black team from Kansas City, Missouri. They have the only all-black team of little boys of 104 teams out there right now. So, Chris, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything and riding with me on all of this. We are doing this, and I'm very excited about all that we've got in store. And I just appreciate the mentor and the friend that you are. So thank you so much for everything, and I appreciate you being here with us in spirit. Please share the show, everybody. We want to definitely spread the word about what we're doing. And I want to thank all of our sponsors. Number one, first and foremost, the Homecoming Challenge, homecomingchallenge.com. We're going to tell you what it's all about. We want you to share. We want you to register. We want you to join us, because what we're doing for this 2018 Homecoming Challenge season is very important. We're helping students all across the country, any school, anytime, anywhere. And so we want you all to be a part of that. Chris is the owner and CEO of the T-Shirt King. So please check out www.kingpromo.com. GH Private Wealth Management. Get your finances right so you can pay for college. 800-591-6004. HBCU Philanthropic Training and Leadership. www.hbcu/pt.com. The Social MVP, responsible for all the marketing and everything that we've been doing to promote the Homecoming Challenge. Nick and his team, the socialmvp.com. Scene Chicago, who's been supporting Dana B and Dana from the beginning, scenechicago.com. And last but not least, the weather. The weather is here in the studio. The weather is my good friend, good family friend, Frederick, and his wife, Kimberly. Can you tell us what's the weather?
Absolutely. So the weather helps companies recruit college students, not necessarily have to go to career fair. If you're watching right now, I definitely want you guys to check the weather. That's WTHETHER. So check it out. And if you want to help students with their soft skills, go to sponsor.theweather.com. We're really excited to be here tonight.
Can you repeat that? What's your website again?
Sponsor.theweather.com. Check it out.
It's a great resource for students, and we want students who are tuning in, who are recipients of the Homecoming Challenge, to check out the weather. They've been longtime sponsors of us, both Dana B and Dana, and the homecomingchallenge.com. So thank you so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate you. So, all of y'all from the Sexplex. I think, you guys are all friends of mine from all walks of my life, and we'll get into all that later on. But what I appreciate about you guys is how accomplished you are, how you guys are all doing such amazing and awesome things now as adults. Why did you choose the schools that you chose? What made you choose your school?
Well, I chose Indiana University to work on my master's after doing my undergrad at Ball State in the county, because they had an amazing SPIA program, and I wanted to move toward a career in government and public policy, and that was a great opportunity for me. So I've done well with it, and go Hoosiers.
All right. Well, I always wanted to be a Buckeye. My mom went to Ohio State. My grandparents went to Ohio State. So I wanted to follow them and be a Buckeye also. So I did that. Go Bucks. That's why I went there. Yep.
Rutgers University has a terrific graduate school of public administration, and I chose that school because it prepares for practice. A good one. And go Knights.
Yeah.
So, say good night. You said good night.
Iowa for undergrad and stayed there for my master's and law school.
All right.
They had phenomenal program in writing, which is why I went there for undergrad. And then I stayed there because the Iowa law program was phenomenal. So Iowa's a sleeper school, people don't necessarily think about Iowa until they start to look at kind of what they're doing and where they're ranked, and then it's like, oh yeah, Iowa. So I loved it every state.
Oh yeah, Iowa. Michigan. Ebony, why did you go to Michigan?
I went to Michigan because it was far enough away from Chicago, but close enough that I could come back. But I didn't want to go to an Ivy, but then also Michigan was balanced. Like, I love football. So I was like, if I go to an Ivy, it's like all academics, nothing. So Michigan had the education, and it had the party, and it had the sports.
Houston.
Here we go.
Time out.
Can we go to commercial? We can't because we're live.
Oh, I chose Michigan State because actually I got accepted to the University of Michigan, but but my legacy, my father went there, my uncle went there, my cousins went there. Being from Flint, Saginaw, Detroit, Grand Rapids, I mean, Michigan State was it. And they had the #1 supply chain program in the world still to this day. And that's why I chose that university with the fun, with the friends and the fun and the, like I said, Detroiters. I met my wife, everything.
All inclusive.
So my oldest brother went to private school, and I realized that's expensive. And so the public option, and then, you know, my brother explained, he's like, just whatever you want to do, set up your stuff. Whatever you want to do, it's going to be good for your body. And I went down there and visited a couple times. Exciting campus, awesome diversity, amazing student life. Also, Michigan drove the big old no thank you letter sale.
There you go. Lynn.
Mine was money. I got a full ride. So
And there you have it. Thanks for tuning in. No debt.
So I originally went to the University of Minnesota to get into the orthodontistry program because they have a great dental school. But then I joined a fraternity house and played lacrosse for the University of Minnesota, and my grades went down a little bit. Not good enough to get into dental school. So ended up in sales. So as you heard in the intro, got into sales and had a lot of good fun with it, and still get back to campus a bunch.
Awesome. Anybody else?
So I went to U of I because I wanted to be an architect. We did the oldest accredited architecture program in the country. So obviously a very prestigious program, and with the time with the engineering, it was kind of a no-brainer.
But Wisconsin has the best.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so for me, Northwestern University, I am a legacy, proud legacy. My mom went to Northwestern. My sister went to Northwestern. For me, though, it was I really wanted a strong academic program with good balance where I could really make some good networks and make some good relationships. And to this day, I have lifelong friends that I bonded with at Northwestern. I loved it because you're far enough away from home, but you're close enough to get back. You know, any emergencies or you need to kind of slip back. So it was a great experience.
Evanston is not.
Yeah, you know, I told myself in my head, you know, I played it out. You know what I mean? I knew that was probably going to come up.
All I have to say, it was the best school I could get into, so that's why I went.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
I wasn't thinking much at 18. Michelle?
You know, I went to Illinois for a lot of the same reasons. It was one of the top business schools then and now, and it was an amazing value. And I got a full academic scholarship. So, and my boyfriend went there.
There it is.
Love you, baby.
He is not the father. Adrian.
Went to Northwestern, or chose Northwestern as a student athlete. Get your best bang for your buck. If you're trading in your body for the education, you might as well get the best return. Northwestern was that, and I've continued to promote that as a graduate. I played football.
He traded out his body, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for the after party. Stay tuned for the after party. You know, Big Ten has a whole bunch of scandals. Laura.
Like a lot of folks here, I'm a legacy. My grandfather actually is one of the first Black graduates of the law school.
All right. Beautiful. All right.
My parents went there. They met there. I was conceived in Bloomington.
I'm sure.
I grew up going
In the Sexplex. Wait, in McNutt. In McNutt. In McNutt. It's okay. We understand your legacy. That's a great legacy. So I did not go to a Big Ten school. So I know, but I appreciate all of you all for being my friend anyway. Who has the biggest rivalry? Where are the beefs at? Is this the? Did I get it right? Can you all speak to the biggest rivalry and what that experience was like?
It depends on the sport, though. It depends on the sport.
You know, some rivalries have trophies. Some rivalries have nicknames. We're just the game. I mean, we don't need a trophy. We don't need a nickname. We just need to win. I mean, it really, if you win this game, you have bragging rights for a year. For us, it's the game. For us, it's been bragging rights for like the last 10 years. Yeah. Oh, football. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Do you? I was going to ask you. You didn't provide an answer when I asked you before. Do they have indoor plumbing in Ann Arbor? I know it's been difficult for you. Well,
Dana, hold on. Why don't you tell him, Dana? Let him know. Can we get a hand clap? Oh, yeah. Woo! So Dana, being Dana, went to Rutgers for grad school, but his undergrad institution is
the Ohio State University.
All right.
There we go.
There's a whole lot. That's what we do on Dana Being Dana. Thank you all so much.
This is why I go to school. Seriously.
So what are some of the other rivalries? What are IU, Purdue? Michigan State. Really? Wisconsin? Okay.
Rivalry. I mean, it crosses multiple sports. So while it's primarily football back there, we got hockey, we got basketball, we got football. I mean, everything is a rivalry across the border battle. It's a big deal.
This is like a border right here. Can we get a truce? Can we? Wow. It's all this tension in the air.
I learned a lesson my freshman year. My pride in the University of Illinois is not coming from the stadium. It's like the institution, the quality of the education. That's right. It's too cool for all that. That's all that matters.
So I started school in 1995 at Northwestern, and everyone joked, "Oh, you're going there for the football," because the football program sucked before that. Totally sucked. So I'm like, "Oh, well, I'll go to these games, but we're not going to win." And we went to the Rose Bowl that year, and it was awesome. It was the best freshman year fall semester that you could have. It was awesome. So I'm talking about 1995 all day long.
Now you know, because Chicago people still talk about the Bears from 1986. And we will hold on. So it's all good. It's all good. So speaking of football, what football team in the Big Ten is the best? Who's going to win it this year?
That'd be the Ohio State University, the defending champions.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Ohio State. I don't know if Ohio State will have a coach this year. The way things going. So I don't know. Yeah.
We'll take the last. And we're still beating you.
University of Michigan to actually be winningest football program in the country ever.
That's previous to 1950. We'll take the last 7 years.
When I was there, we beat y'all, but every year. So.
Are you all right to drive home? Perhaps, I don't know how it is.
There's a lot of smack talking. There's a lot of smack talking. So my next question, we've talked about football. I think we know who may be the best or not. Who's the best basketball team? Who's going to take basketball this year? Hoosiers?
Coach Izzo. Come on now. No, I mean you made it to the tournament. That was great, but Izzo, how many Big Ten championships have we won?
Early racehorse.
It's not a discussion.
Early racehorse.
No discussion. What? Big Ten championship? Last season. Yeah, Big Ten. This is the Big Ten. No, Big Ten. No, Big Ten. Big Ten. We're Big Ten right now.
Yeah,
we're Big Ten. When last time you guys won? When last time you guys won championship? 2000, I think 1989. I'll answer for you. 1989. Glenn Rice. He from Flint. Yeah, I know. He know. I know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've got a little. Okay. People are claiming golf, lacrosse, male synchronized swimming,
cross country,
underwater basket weaving. We're pulling everything out right now. I do want to talk about, I've got a little social media trivia for you guys, because in researching and preparing for the show, I went to a small HBCU compared to the Big Ten schools. Spelman College, the best. Thank you very much.
My wife went there.
We're going to save that for another show. Yes. But
no, she was from Detroit. Yeah, from Detroit. There you go. You paying attention. I love that, Iowa. I love.
Wait. That's that
education. That's that Hawkeye education.
That Hawkeye's paying attention. Doesn't miss a beat. So I have a couple of questions for you, because I will say this. One thing I love about Big Ten is that the school support, the fans, the camaraderie, the school pride is huge, and it's awesome. And I will say, I love all the banter back and forth, but everybody, I think, has great teams, great athleticism. There's a whole lot going on, which is awesome. So I have a couple questions for you, and this is my own data. So we did it a couple of weeks ago. So it may not be perfect. It's not perfect science. So we're not giving out prizes. My sources. Which school has the highest social media following? So first of all, we're talking about schools, just period. Schools, alumni, staff, students, whatever. It is not a multiple choice question. It is not a multiple choice question. So top school on Facebook.
Indiana University.
The highest following on Facebook with 738,465 followers is Michigan. The University of Michigan. They are followed by second by Ohio, the Ohio State University, with 682,713 followers on Facebook. And third is Michigan State with 466,385 followers. So maybe you guys want to follow your schools more and all that good stuff. Who's got the highest following on Instagram? And this is just pure schools. Besides the Kardashians. I'm not talking about season ticket holders and people who show up to games. Again, it is Michigan. It is 170,000 followers on for Michigan on Instagram. Oh, 170,000. You heard me. You heard me. And then Ohio is 156,000. The Ohio State is 156,000. And there is a tie of 116,000. Penn State and Michigan State. Yes.
You know what? I think hey Dana.
So the alumni following.
Dana, hold on. I think the schools you mentioned all had major scandals, so maybe that's why. I'm thinking back. Penn State, Michigan State. So
maybe
they may. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Maybe they're following a scandal. Maybe they're following a scandal. So the highest followings with alumni. This is alumni followings on Instagram. And we got Instagram and Facebook with Michigan is number one on Instagram with 30.1 thousand following on Michigan.
Are they graduates?
And Michigan is also with alumni. They are also leading on Facebook with 180,295 on Facebook. Second place on Instagram. Second place on Instagram is Wisconsin with 10.6 thousand on Instagram. Third, on Facebook, second place. And these are people who actually follow the pages. I'm just talking about the pages. I'm not talking about games and body paint and all that other kind of stuff. But second place on Facebook is Rutgers with 6,700 on Facebook.
Ray Rice.
And third, there you go. And third on Facebook is actually Northwestern with 3,900 on Facebook. So we're talking about on Instagram now, the football alumni. Number one. Wrong. And this blew me away. The football following
Indiana
is the Ohio State with on Instagram, they have 533,000 followers on Instagram. And he is one of them. It actually comes up that you are following them. I can see which one of you are following your schools. And number two with 204,000 on Instagram is Penn State. And third is Michigan with 150,000. 150,000. Look at us.
It was invented at the University of Illinois. I guess you guys all just kind of pick it up.
You have I invented the internet. So I've got a couple of specialty questions because we got a lot of things going on here, which are awesome. The first thing we talked about, and that people have already mentioned, is being legacy. So raise your hand if you're legacy. If you are a child of someone who went to your school or your child has gone to your school. So we've got, so other people, I know some people have already talked about their legacies. Has everybody spoken about theirs? You want to talk about your legacy?
No, not necessarily. So I always wanted to impress my dad. I did not say the Sexplex. Thank you. Well, I did when I was a fifth year, but it was.
That would impress your dad. That would definitely not impress your
So, and he was an engineer at Northwestern. So I said, I'm going to be a chemical engineer at Northwestern to impress my dad. And I hated it. Hated it. It was horrible. But I completed. I know. I wasn't. So I completed my degree and then I threw it away and totally changed my jobs. And now he hates me. The end.
Now, my mother also went to Indiana University. She did her undergrad in accounting. And at that time, I was still at Ball State doing my undergrad in accounting. We took a class together in the summer. It was the work experience of my life. And she did get an A and I got a B, but still, she was older, so.
There you go. Anybody else, legacy?
Yeah, I do want to give a shout out to my mother. I mean, my mother was just recognized. It was an anniversary this past year for her and other Black students at Northwestern. They did a big sit-in at the bursar's office, which garnered a lot of attention at a time when it was really tense. And, she really put her career at Northwestern and her education on the line, but for a broader cause. So really proud of that. And that legacy continues today. There's a lot of talk always about, moving the Black House out and not keeping that legacy there, but the fight is there every year. So I'm really proud of that. And it's a really important staple at Northwestern.
My dad went to Michigan State. He was 90 years old. His name was Eugene. He was the first African-American engineering student at Michigan State.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Absolutely. That is, yes. And my godfather is celebrating 50 years from the University of Michigan. If you saw my god sister Dana, also being Dana, she's been representing Michigan all week. So we appreciate you. And on everybody's posts, which is awesome. Okay. So we got a couple couples here. I told you, I promised you a little romance, a little bravo. We got a couple couples. So if you fell in love in college, if you met your boo thing in college, where are you? If you went to the same school and you have children together, can somebody say sexplex? So we've got two couples here. We've got one couple from Indiana, one from U of I. We'll start with you, Champ and Lisa. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what love is like on campus?
I'll hand the mic.
Yes. Yes. I love it. And it's been love ever since. People are falling in love tonight. Please share the show. You could fall in love. Shouts out to everybody in McNutt and any sexplex of any Big Ten school. People are falling in love. I love it. I love it. So you guys, how long have you been married? And how many children do you have? All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what? So Alex, go ahead, Champ.
Oh no, I was just going to say I'm actually a legacy of the Big Ten. So both my parents went to the University of Illinois, and my father always says that the intelligence skips a generation. So we have a son working on his PhD out on the West Coast. So it's but it's also I just wanted to say one thing. I think it's a good time to say this. Not only did I go to Indiana to meet my wife, which it was an excellent institution for that. Marriage is a great institution. IU is a great institution. But I will say that, and it was mentioned, someone brought up the Ivies earlier in a conversation. I think you might have mentioned it. I really am a big fan of the whole Big Ten. I think that, there's probably more commonality with the Big Ten students that graduate from Big Ten universities than differences. And I'd just like to say that we recruit from all the Big Ten schools, and we'll take a Big Ten kid over an Ivy kid any day of the week.
There you go. There you go. Look at that unity. And now we brought it all back together. But that is, I appreciate that, Champ, because that's one of the reasons why all the pictures that you saw and all this marketing, you couldn't tell who went to what school. And now all the knives are out. But that's true. I appreciate all of the unity. But let's get back to love. Alex, Yvette.
I can't really speak to love in college. We didn't actually meet until after college. Our best friend all 4 years was also one of my good friends. U of I is actually a large enough black population that you can actually go there for 4 years and not know everybody.
What?
It's kind of a nice thing. You kind of, move in the shadows a little bit. It was pre-social media. That was kind of a new thing. I still had dial-up. So we actually met throughout the course of our 4 years, kind of saw each other in passing, but didn't actually get together until after.
How long have you two been married?
It'll be 7 years.
7 years. And how many children do you have? So you can find love in Big Ten. There's all kinds of love. So does anybody live in a house divided? A house divided. Bobby.
I can say, me being an alum of the Ohio State, my wife went to U of I. She's a Illinois alum. So I try to get the rivalry going. She's not a big sports fan, but I try. We've been to a couple games before. We've been to one game. She left at halftime. She went down to the Union. Yeah. It's a good story. Oh, yeah. Well, she went down to the Union to read, and I left after the end of the game. We won by, 40, 50. And no one wanted to tell me where the Union was. She was answering her phone. So I'm wandering all around campus. So I finally found her. There she was at the Union. She asked me who won the game. 40, 50 points, Ohio State, Illinois. All right. Yep, there's that.
So two of my very close friends are sisters, and they are a house divided. And Megan went to Iowa. She's the older sister, and Alexis went to Northwestern. So what was that like, being in a house divided?
Big deal. And I went to Iowa, and really, I didn't even want to go to Iowa. It was, I went to volleyball camp there. I did the quad. I had to go to walk all the way down to the stadium. I said, I'm never going here. And then all of a sudden, I got accepted, and I just spent in my house, and it was the best thing ever.
But I feel like we, with like football, my dad's a season ticket holder at Northwestern, and every Iowa game, it's like a big thing. So it's. Yeah,
They do share a dad.
Yes.
They have the same father.
We have the same father. Every year. Yeah.
It's either at Northwestern or at Iowa.
I'm not invited, but
I'm not just invited to this. It's my dad and my good friend Bryce's dad and me, and
he only has 4 tickets, so I got the boot.
The drama and the scandal.
Yes. But we're a house. We love each other. We're all good. We're all good. Yeah. Yes.
But I kind of cheer for Northwestern sometimes.
Yeah.
So there's no cat fighting.
There's no
mud
fighting.
wrestling.
We can't fight about other stuff.
So who went to Big Ten more than once? Yep. So first of all, who went to Big Ten? Same schools. Same school twice. Undergrad 3 times. Still, tell us what it is. Undergrad.
I went for undergrad, my master's degree, and my law degree.
Master's in what?
Journalism and mass communication.
Awesome.
I went 3 times. Well, I don't know if it counts, but I went undergrad, med school, and residency.
Awesome.
So residency is like the hospital.
It counts. We give you credit, girl.
It's education.
On Dana being Dana, you get credit.
Yeah.
3P.
Yeah. I bleed purple is what I say.
Laura?
Yeah.
Undergrad law school. Anybody else? All right. Undergrad law school. That was my next question. So there's some discrepancy about some of the Big Ten schools that came in later. But people who did Big Ten but not the same school?
Wisconsin and Northwestern. Oh, Wisconsin Engineering and then Northwestern Business and Law School.
Undergrad, Michigan State University, Supply Chain Management, Executive MBA from Purdue University.
And Dana being Dana.
The best Big Ten school, the Ohio State University, for my bachelor's, a school that is truly contemporary and great. And then for, unlike Michigan and some other schools, but the master's school, Rutgers University. Thank you.
Dana, I did U of I undergrad, and then I did a fellowship, an education fellowship at Michigan State. I gotta say, the Michigan State people are a little too excited about the whole Michigan State. They bring out Sparty.
He wasn't saying it at the bar. He wasn't saying it at the bar. He was telling me how it was great.
The university. Everybody's got a V now. Everybody's got a V.
My JD from the Northwestern University.
Awesome. A lot of lawyers. So I want to talk about, I think we talk a lot about sports with Big Ten, and I've known Adrian forever. You were a football player at Northwestern. We got any other football players? Athletes, Big Ten, lacrosse? Can you talk a little bit about sailing club, golf, underwater basket weaving? But can you talk a little bit about what it's like? Because I think there's a tremendous amount of pressure when you have thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers and people with season tickets. Can you talk a little bit about playing sports at a Big Ten school?
So wait, I heard something under somebody's breath. Huh?
You know, that's a bit of the pot calling the kettle black over there. I mean, come on. And having been an athlete at Northwestern, 94 to 98, and as a result, we didn't have the same like homecoming experience that everybody else does. You know, you're in the hotel, you have, or the dorm, whatever. You have curfew. You're preparing your minds. You're getting your mindset.
So it's not as enjoyable.
It's not as enjoyable but the game itself is a buildup. And unfortunately, my freshman year was not a good year at Northwestern. I think we were like 3 and something. And at that time, the big chant from our sidelines or from our fans were, that's okay. You'll work for us someday. And
that's okay. You'll work for us someday.
All right. And then the next year was the year we went to the Rose Bowl and we beat Michigan and we beat 95 and we beat everybody in the Big Ten. We didn't play Ohio State, yes, that year. So
Dan, talk about lacrosse.
So yeah, lacrosse was very, very new at the University of Minnesota. So we had a team together. It was very much Bad News Bears. I was one of the guys that was actually ambidextrous and could pass and play with left and right, which is a skill set that I could feed people. So not getting too crazy about that. But the thought process was we were trying to play any team that would play because there wasn't an actual league for the Big Ten. So we would travel and look at the D3 schools. We would go out to Iowa State. We did nationals in Santa Barbara. So it was road tripping, and we had to scrape and claw for every piece of university funding to be able to have a team to stay together with the full University of Minnesota regalia, the M on the helmets, the Minnesota across the jersey. It was a lot of work, and then I was balancing that with being in a fraternity house and holding a position there, as well as trying to work 30 to 40 hours a week and be a full-time student. So that was a crazy mess, but while school was a blur, it was still a lot of fun, and I wouldn't trade it in for anything.
That's awesome. Thank you. Are you all familiar with the Homecoming Challenge?
Yeah.
The Homecoming Challenge is our Go Back, Give Back campaign. And what it is this. You go back, anytime you go back, whether you're speaking, you're visiting, you're dropping kids off, you're driving past, you're going to the bookstore, you're trying to upgrade your Smedium shirt to get a regular shirt that actually fits you. You swing by You swing by your freshman dorm and you tell the person in that room, say, hey, my name is Dana. 22 years ago, I was in this room. And since then, I've done this, this, and this. And this is my advice to you. These are my experiences. These are the things that I want to pour into you. These are the things that I want you to know about this life. And this is my words of advice to you. And by the way, here's $10, here's $20 for you, for your roommate. Because campus hunger is a thing. There's a such thing as food insecurity on college campuses. Money is not extending as it used to for all of us. People are running out of funds during the most vulnerable time, which is finals time, near the end of the semester. And just knowing that somebody is there, somebody cares, somebody's been where you've been before. A lot of students show up to school and they don't have the big fanfare. They don't have all the Afghans and the t-shirts and the whole family who shows up. A lot of kids come to school and they're on their own. And I think there's a ton of mentoring programs that help get kids to college, but not enough programs to help kids stay there. And that's what the Homecoming Challenge is meant to address. That's what the Homecoming Challenge is meant to help with, to provide just another resource, another person to say, hey, we see you, we care, we're proud of what you've accomplished, and we look forward to all that you are going to accomplish. So that is what the Homecoming Challenge is all about. If you showed up in your freshman dorm, what advice would you give to yourself?
Go to class. Set the alarm.
Go to class.
Hold on, Mike. Sorry, you're saying yes to the opportunity. Man, in college, there's turnover. So, like, if you want to get a job at the local paper, at the university paper, they'll say, yeah, they'll give you that opportunity. There's so many great opportunities. I teach high school kids. I talk to them about this a lot. When I was at U of I got a job at the Daily Lineup, and I walked in. I'm like, hey, you guys need somebody? And they're like, sure, yeah, write something. And a month later, I was writing a column every other week in there. I was doing all these amazing things. I was meeting amazing people. Just because I asked. You don't get to do that in real world. So
it's awesome, Lynn.
I would say make sure that you have fun. Balance the education with the fun. Not until my senior year when I knew I was graduating did I do much more fun, but I would wish I'd have balanced that more.
Dan.
I want to say, and this is very counterproductive, but go travel on a J term to a different country and expand your mind. I know it's counterproductive because of the finance thing and it'll put you deeper in debt, but that's a debt that's actually good because it increases what you got going on in your head about seeing another world out there. So go do that. And because when you have kids later on in life, it becomes a lot more difficult to do that until a certain age. So, yeah.
David.
Well, before the mic, you go to class, and somebody said don't schedule 8 o'clock classes. I probably wouldn't do that if I was a freshman today. Also, one of the things that's important is that you have the resources. All universities have a lot of resources that help individuals, whether it's counseling, whether it's study skills. Utilize those resources because they're there for you. And a lot of times, students, especially freshmen, don't utilize them. So I utilize as many as I could, and that's what helped me be successful today.
Leslie.
I would tell my younger self and any young person to open your mind, be more receptive to learning things that you never thought that you would want to know, or meet people who you never thought you'd be interested in meeting. Because once you get out of college, the opportunities to meet people in that wide, range of backgrounds and philosophies and all of that, it kind of narrows. Because once you start working, you're kind of all around the same people who kind of are doing the same thing. So college is a great opportunity to just, open your mind.
Tuan.
I would say we asked the athletes here. I say, people stop me in the airport to play for Michigan State. I said, play academics. That's what I'm doing. Take care of home. Take care of academics first. And I would say get involved. A lot of times in the business college of Michigan State University, they would take a 2.9, 2.8 student with experience versus a 4.0, just no experience and just straight academics. Get the experience, get involved. I will also say study abroad, which I did as well in Europe for a semester.
And you don't mean study abroad, like in the Sexplex. You mean leave the country. Leave the country.
Leave the country. And I would say also be seen and not heard. Be seen and not heard. I'm gonna just let you digest that.
While you chew on that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for this show. I want to thank, this is all in good fun. We laugh, we joke, but we are all out here. We are parents, we are professionals, we are out here just doing our thing, and I appreciate you all. Graduates of Big Ten, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and sharing the show. We can't spread the message of the Homecoming Challenge without your help. So please share the show. Please register at homecomingchallenge.com. Please share. It's a little button on the right. Hit that. Share the show. Let your following see it. Participate in the Homecoming Challenge. It doesn't matter when you go back. Whenever you go back, just go by your freshman dorm. Visit the people in your room. If they're not there, put your money and your note in envelopes and slide it under the door. The kids get it. They respond. They are so incredibly grateful. We did it last year. We helped over 150 students at Spelman and at Morehouse, and we're going to continue to do it. We're doing it with Big Ten. We're doing it with all the different schools. We got plenty of shows coming up in the future. I want to thank this panel. This is the largest panel that we've had on Dana Being Dana. And I will tell you this, I've had a ton of no's to get to this panel, but these are the people who said yes. And these are my friends from all walks of my life. I really appreciate all of my friends. School starts for a lot of kids, either now or tomorrow. So a lot of parents are here, and I appreciate you all for being here. I know y'all don't start school tomorrow, but your kids start school tomorrow. And I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. This show is made up of a lot of friends of mine from all walks of my life. I grew up with Adrian. I grew up with Bobby, Kelly, and Alex. We all grew up together, and I knew these people before they decided to go to Big Ten schools. And I appreciate you guys so much for being here with me tonight. It's a very special night because we are kicking off the 2018 season of the Homecoming Challenge. But there's so many people that I've met along the way during the course of my life. Alexis, Megan, Malika, Kevin, Michelle, Lynn, Lauren, Lisa, Laura. There's a lot of L's up in here. Lisa, Laura, Leslie, and Ebony. Thank you guys so much for being here because you guys are people that I've met just along law school, friends, kids, what have you. And I just appreciate you guys being my friends and just showing up for me for this show. Yvette, Champ, Gerald, Dwan, these are spouses of some of my very, very good friends. And so I just appreciate you guys. I consider you guys friends too, but I just wanted to call you out because I know your spouses were like, you better do this show for my girl. And I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all the people who are watching kids tonight so that other people could be here tonight. Yvette and Alex, you guys have somebody watching, that 29-year-old at home. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. But there are other people who are here who I didn't know before, and I got to know them through putting this show together. And it's amazing what happens when people show up. People who show up, who just believe in your cause, who believe in what you're doing, and who just want to be there to help support and participate. That's Dan, that's David, that's Dana, and that's Damon. We've met through this show. We've become friends through this show. And I just appreciate you guys showing up for me because they didn't know me from Adam. They were like, who is this girl who keeps texting me? Who's all up in my DMs? But I appreciate you. I appreciate your significant others for allowing you to come here and be here and be a part of this because that really means a lot for you to show up. Dan came the farthest. He's here from Wisconsin to be here for the show. Shouts out to Jason. Jason did he's a mutual friend of ours. He did the original Homecoming Challenge. He was on my first show when we presented this back in October. And I think it was because of Jason that Dan showed up. So I just really appreciate you being here. There's several folks who couldn't make the show tonight from Nebraska, undergrad from Purdue, from Maryland. And I appreciate those who came and helped me with promo videos. We had a bunch of promo videos this week. If you're interested in doing one, please let me know. There's so many schools and there's so many students, and we can definitely help promote all this. So before we close, I just want to recognize the effort that it takes to gather a group this size and launch this idea and put this on a larger platform. We started with 2 schools last year, and we're doing this now we're starting off with Big Ten. We did 14 schools tonight, and I think that's very important. I think that's something to very much be proud of, Chris, Baseball Hall of Fame. I love you. Thank you so much. Congrats. I appreciate you collaborating with me on this. On the camera is Jessica. I love you, girl. I thank you so much. You've been riding with me through thick and thin. I appreciate you. Earl and Wanda, the dream team, the infamous couple from Intellectual Radio and iHeartRadio. Thank you so much for all your support. Kimberly and Frederick, you guys created the website, and I'm so grateful for everything that you've done. I really, really appreciate you. Can you tell us again how we can access the weather and what it is?
Absolutely. So, the court. All right, I'll talk a little bit loud. But basically, what everything that we've talked about this evening inspired the business. My business partner, who's actually an alum from Northwestern, we understood the challenges that we had trying to find that first career. So, students who want to find some love advice, if they want to learn about what career they're interested in, it's free for them. They can check the weather, theweather.com. And for all the alumni in here, you want to go back and hire those college students, you can use our platform to do that. And the other thing that you guys talked about when you talk about, different things you should do and the advice you would give someone, sometimes those first generation college students or those low income students who don't have that network, they need a different way to get that advice. And that's one thing that we spend a lot of time building. You can go onto the weather and the alumni can actually sponsor a college student. It's only $10 for them to get a lifetime's worth of soft skills coaching in about 30 minutes. So definitely check the weather. It's all about the idea that you came up with, Dana, tonight. So
thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you to Nick and the social MVP. His entire team has been responsible for so much of our marketing and our promotions for the show and the Homecoming Challenge. Scene Chicago, Josh and his team promoting all the stuff that we do here at Dana Being Dana. I appreciate you. And then Gary and Leah from GH Private Wealth Management. Thank you so much. Before we close, and I just think this is so important because a year and 3 days ago was the racially divided incident in Charlottesville, Virginia. And what I want to show everybody who's tuning in, who's sharing this show, this is what happens when you fail to realize race. When you see people as humans, when you see people and you want to spread love. These are all my friends. I got white people, black people. Apparently I need more Asian people, but I'm working on that. But no, I have friends of all shapes, sizes, and colors, and they all showed up for me. And that's because we don't see color. We don't see divide. We don't see differences. We see the things that make us similar. And we were laughing and joking today, but we're so much more alike than we are different. And I just want to be a message of love, of unity, of support, and we look back and we give back. So to all of those messages about hate, I got something for you. But this is a message about love. And I just appreciate everybody for tuning in because that's what's so important. That's one of the tenets of Dana Being Dana, showing up, spreading love, and showing support for other people. Next week on Dana Being Dana, it's our 50th show. It's our 50th show. Dana Being Dana will be in service in business for an entire year. I took 2 weeks off. It'll be our 50th show, and we'll be reflecting on some of the best and some of the things that we're going to do in the future on Dana Being Dana. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sharing. Please follow me on social media, Dana Being Dana, DanaBeingDana.com, HomecomingChallenge.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Good job, everybody.